Low with the feet inside. There's a goal for the Roadrunners. On the inside was Evan Guzman, bouncing one home.
He just found a little spot there right in front of the net. Camped out, left him open. Done deal. 12:27 remains. The first, we're tied at 1.
Facing off for the Bobcats, number 94, Michael Whalen. For the Roadrunners, number 22, Tristan.
So we're going to head back to the X. 2.5 minutes gone by here in Orem, Utah. Changing it up on every face. Head coach Chris Kelly is doing with Michael Whalen and Elliot Hunter. This time it's Whalen. He pushes the ball into the zone, but it's going to be scooped up. We have a loose ball push.
Loose ball push.
And the ball's going to go the direction of the Roadrunners. Roadrunners will clear, far side.
Yeah, you're right, you're right.
That's Henry Coors, feeds it to Sam Lowe. Lowe heads down low to X. Lowe will go one-on-one from X, kicks the ball back into the near side corner. Colton Webb with possession. He's being poked at on the near side by Blake Greener. That was one of the pitfalls for Montana State in their earlier matchup. Greener couldn't stay out of the penalty box. There's one stepping into the crease. It was a nice BTB by Lowe, but Lowe stepped into the crease. That gives possession to the Bobcats. We're heading the other direction. Bobcats with numbers in transition. Quinn has it. He gets it into the box, loses possession. It's scooped up by Lopez for Metro. He kicks it out front for Darnell. Darnell feeds Lowe. Lowe dodges downhill, fires one wide of the cage. That's backed up by Webb. Webb will restart from the end line. Metro State retaining possession. A beautiful day here in Orem, Utah. Game time temperature about 72 degrees. Heading for a high today of 84. Ooh. What more can you ask for, Dave?
Yeah, not much.
Ball up top, Daly has it. He dodges into the box, feeds the top. Nice feed down low. There's a shot. That ball's deflected by the goaltender, Brambrake. A great look down low by Brandon Rout out of Prairie View High School in Henderson, Colorado.
Metro's really going to need to find those skip passes all day. They really want to make that a priority.
Greener was marked up on Webb. He feeds Lowe. Lowe dodges from the wing. Ball gets kicked out. Possession remains with Metro. We're tied at 1, 10:27 to play in the first quarter. Rout with it up top, tries to make the feed down low to Lowe.
Greener's like
Quinn feeds the far side. There's a shot. That one's easily gobbled up by the goaltender, Jake Miller.
Number 41, Alexander Brown.
Alexander Brown with the shot there. Ball comes the other way. Metro gets the touch. Guzman carries it into the box, feeds the far side for Colton Webb. Webb's going to circle behind the cage.
Metro is really playing with a lot of discipline here on ball control and keeping the ball in their sticks. Picking their shots. They're being smart, deliberate. That's got to be a part of their game plan with such a light roster and against such a strong opponent.
Greener bats another pass down. Webb's going to be able to chase it down in the center of the box. Kicks it up top. Then Inwagen at the top.
Webb is currently covered by a short stick. They might want to look at that.
Ball gets flipped behind. Fielding it off of a hop is Rout. Rout makes the feed to Lowe. Lowe circles the crease above goal line extended, spins backside, takes the shot, gets his rebound, fires again. That one goes wide.
Backed up by Guzman.
Guzman gets the backup.
Metro retains possession. You see here, Lowe is being locked off by this midi, the short stick midi up here. They're just taking him out. If they can't get their long pole back on him, they're just going to lock him off. Play 5-on-5.
Ball circled out in front. There's an easy goal for the Roadrunners. Guzman gets the touch. It's 2-1 Metro, 8:34 left to play.
Number 12, Nate Daly.
In the first quarter. It was Nate Daly on the assist. Nate Daly, the inner city product out of Denver South High School. Montana State needing quality possessions. Whistle blows, we're back underway.
Face-off won by Montana State, but scooped by the Metro long pole.
Good job by the Roadrunners. Ball kicks up top. That's Coors. He steps into the box, feeds the far side for Lowe. Lowe's marked up by Pfeiffer. So he's going to kick it up top for Rout. Rout will set the offense by kicking it back to Lowe. So Roadrunners dominating the possession game so far. Ball works near side for the Roadrunners and into the stick of Colton Webb. Webb picked up defensively by Brine for the Bobcats. Brine will chase Webb all the way to the top. He'll feed the center of the field for Brandon Rout. Rout's going to feed far side. Daly with it. Daly kicks it behind the cage for Guzman. Over to Lowe near side. Lowe kicks it up top for Webb. Slow and deliberate pace of play right now for the Roadrunners. Feed goes inside. Guzman back up top on the near side of the box for Webb. Webb's going to back it out. He'll pull his defender with him. Bryan will eyeball Webb. 6:50 to play here in the first. Webb picks up a screen. We're going to have a flag down, a penalty coming up against Montana State. Ball works to the top. Lowe has it. He feeds the middle of the field. Ball down. Whistle blows. We'll get our first penalty call of the game. 2-1's our score here on the campus of Utah Valley University. So 60 seconds
1 minute.
In the sin bin now.
Unnecessary roughness on number 44.
For William Bryan, an unnecessary roughness penalty. We've got a delay in the restart. Ball will come back out up to the top near side and start in the cross of Rout. He immediately feeds Guzman, who gives it to Webb back up top to Guzman. Ball gets worked into the center of the field now. That's Daly. Through the far side wing to Lowe. Kicked back up top, Daly. Daly spins, feeds the far side wing. Tristan Darnell with it. Ball comes all the way back up top through Rout, now to the near side. Save made. I believe that was actually saved by the pipe. It got behind the goaltender, Brambrake. Restart on the near side. Comes up to the top. Daly with it. Feeds Rout in the middle of the field. Rout goes to the far side wing with the ball. Pass into Guzman, gets batted down. It's going to be scooped up by the Bobcats. Heading the other direction, Josh Schwall for the Bobcats. Schwall at 6'5", $190. He'll just run right through that double team. Gets the carry into the box, makes the feed far side. Richmond shoots. That ball gets deflected out front. Out of bounds. Nice back up there by Lancaster for Montana State. We've got another flag down. This one's going to be an offsides call. Coming up against Metro State. 5.5 left to play. First quarter. Roadrunners out on top, 2-1.
Offsides on Metro State. He ran down for 30 seconds.
So Metro will go down for 30 seconds. Bobcats will have a man advantage. See what they can do with this possession. Ball's going to start Down low in the near side corner, Lancaster with it, kicks the ball up top for Brown. Brown feeds the top of the box for Zolo. It works back through Brown now, down low to Bartu. Brown the center of attention, ball works over to Richmond, down low. Shot goes over the crossbar by Rizzolo. Bartu there for the backup. On the restart, ball goes all the way around through the top of the box. Feed comes up top. That pass is batted down by Metro's defenseman, Sinnis. Sinnis scoops it up, feeds it backwards for Sylvia. Sylvia, the backup goaltender on this Roadrunners roster, should anything happen to Miller. Clear for the Roadrunners. On the far sideline, ball carried all the way behind the cage and dropped. Scooped up by the Roadrunners at X. Defenseman heading back to his side of the field. Believe that was Collison on the carry for the Roadrunners, taking the ball into the offensive zone. Collison a tad gassed as he heads back across midfield. Roadrunners set the offense near side. Webb with it.
Roadrunners are all even now, 6-on-6.
Webb's going to carry down into the near side corner, feed it behind the cage for Daly. 4:05 to play. Here in the first, it's a 2-1 game. Roadrunners on top. Daly dodges from X, gets his hands free, fires one over the cage. That's going to be backed up by the goaltender. Nice job there by Brambrink for the Bobcats.
Good smart play there, letting it go out of bounds on the end line. Goalie just watched it, protect it, get possession.
Bartu on the clear. Feeds the ball far side for Brown. Brown will work it back to Bartu, and Bartu's going to work it up to the middle of the field for Peter Mitchell. First time we've called Mitchell's name today out of Lafayette, California, South Canis High. Ball works near side, down low for Lancaster. He's going to kick it behind the cage for Brown. Brown marked up defensively by Collison. Kicks the ball up top. Back to Mitchell. Mitchell will set up top. 2-1 our score. 3:09 to play first quarter. This is RMLC Division II Championship semifinal action here on Lacrosse Talk Radio and Lacrosse All-Stars. So glad you could be with us today. Ball works back on the back side now for Mitchell. He's going to kick it up top for Jackson. Jackson dodges the near side alley, feeds the ball behind the goal line, extended to Lancaster and over to Brown. Feed to the inside. Richmond tries to touch on the one-timer. Nice deflection by the goaltender Miller. Ball comes loose on the near side. Give that one to Montana State. Jackson will restart on the near sideline for the Bobcats.
Shots are 7-4 in favor of Metro State.
Mitchell dodges near side alley, feeds Lancaster. That ball gets away from Lancaster out of bounds. Give it to the Roadrunners, who lead this one 2-1.
Can't have turnovers like that. Absolutely cannot. Those passes just have to be too high rather than too low.
Miller's walking the ball up for Metro. Launches a pass into the offensive end of the field for the deep hole of Isaac Lopez. He goes coast to coast. Takes a shot. That one goes high, out of bounds. It's going to be backed up near side by Webb.
Webb is the team's president. Does a lot for his team day to day.
Nice job by the goaltender Brambrink batting that pass away. We've got a loose ball. Got a timeout on the field. There was no possession at the time of the timeout. Ball's going to belong to Montana State. Kruger feeds the middle of the field for Stanley. Stanley moves it along for Schwal, who carries into the offensive zone. Feeds far side for Brown. Brown gives it back up top for Schwal, who's going to feed Whalen coming in through the box. Whalen sets up top, plants his feet, and feeds it over to Rizzolo. Rizzolo on the near side of the box. Drops it for Lancaster. 1:15 left to play here in the first quarter. It's 2-1. Roadrunners on top of the Bobcats. Ball works to Bartu. He dodges downhill, fires one home, and it's tied at 2.
That's a tough shot to stop there. Bounce right at his feet. Got a shot across his body.
Another one on the board. We have a tight score.
I'm sure the goalie wants another piece of that one, but that's a tough shot. Stick side low.
Go to break. Right, we'll go to break at the quarter. Face-off win for Metro. Metro controlling the face-off X. Daly this time taking the face-off. Daly had been 10 of 18 coming into today. Will make it 11 of 19. Metro with the ball at X. They'll look for the final shot. Colton Webb with it. Over the right shoulder of Brambrink. He'll carry back to X, feed it all the way to the top of the box. Sidearm shot, save made by Brambrink. Ball comes loose. Feed up top. Brambrink sets. Can't get his feet, and we've got a goal for Metro State. Scoring that one out in front was Brandon Rout, and we're going to have another penalty coming up on Montana State. This time it's going to be Blake Greener spending his time in the sin bin.
I think that was Rout took that shot, rebounded, then 23 from Metro. Guzman snags it out of the air as the goalie made the save, and then tosses it back up top. And Rout gets another chance at it and buries it. Then at the same time, Guzman got kind of cleaned out there when he made that pass, and that's the penalty. 23 seconds remains.
This is an important face-off for Montana State. They need this face-off win so they're able to burn the penalty. Otherwise, Metro will probably hang on to it for 23 seconds and have a 37-second man advantage to start the second period with possession and no face to start the period. Big face-off. Still loose on the ground. It's going to be kicked free. Nobody can control it. Ball comes up top. 50-50 ground ball still. Finally going to be scooped up by Montana State. That was huge. 5 seconds left to play in the period. Montana State will hang on to the ball. Time will expire. And at the end of the first period, here on Lacrosse All-Stars and Lacrosse Talk Radio, it's Metro State 3, Montana State 2. We'll be back right after this.
I'm Ryan Powell.
I'm Brett Hughes.
I'm Zach Greer.
I'm Brian Silka. We're the Stripes.
I'm Megan Weiss.
I'm Anthony Kelly.
Griffin Halliday. Logan Halliday. And we grow the game.
And I grow the game.
I grow the game.
We grow the game.
And I 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 grow the game, baby.
And I grow the game.
And I grow the game.
Tribal West is the first name in lacrosse out west. For more than 15 years, Tribal West has been gearing up beginners to ballers. Our online store is super easy, and we save you time and money. And team stores, let us do your work. Our deals for both men's and women's MCLA teams are flat out lax-tastic. We just made that up. Sublimated unis, made in the USA, and delivered on time. Tribal West, proud to be family owned and player operated. Tribal West, look good, play better.
Welcome back to Clyde Field on the campus of Utah Valley University. I'm Dan Matthews alongside David Leach. If you missed the first quarter, you've missed a good, solid first quarter for both teams. The 4-seed Metro State leading Montana State by a score of 3-2 after one. And we mentioned it at the top of the show, Dave, that these two teams played a one-goal game earlier this season. Why should we expect anything less? And kudos to the coaching job that Daniel Hunter is doing at Metro State.
Absolutely. He's working with a really small roster, and his team's doing things well. They're dominating at the face-off. They're dominating on the shots taken. They're really opening it up where they're getting scoring chances, and Montana State's struggling. They really have no answer for that face-off guy. They're trying things, but unless they slow him down, it's going to be a long day for them.
And we really need to thank the state of Utah for providing this beautiful weather for us. If many of you remember when we were doing this last year, we were doing it in about 4 inches of snow, a complete and solid whiteout, and it was about 22 degrees in Boulder, Colorado. So I am pleased to be in the great state of Utah today calling this one.
Absolutely.
On an 80-degree day.
These mountains are unbelievable.
I'll get a lot of arguments, but I still am partial to the Flatirons in Boulder as the best view for venues. But that's okay. This is darn nice. The mountains on all sides of us. Montana State just holding on to the ball to start off this second quarter, waiting for the penalty to release.
Smart
2
move.
seconds left on this penalty.
Smart move by them to hold on to the ball at the end of that last quarter.
Penalty release in 2 seconds now. I had my time wrong. Penalty release. Montana State has the ball. Coming in through the box is Michael Whalen. He'll get the feed. He'll immediately be marked up defensively by Sinas for Metro State. Whalen will carry through the upper near side elbow and feed the ball down low for Brown. Brown's going to hang on to it. Eyeballed there by Brendan Collison out of Broomfield High School in Thornton, Colorado.
That's probably
Brown makes the feed inside. It probably is. You work for the city, if I remember right.
Yeah, I do.
And Broomfield is now just a city and a county. Ball worked up top, part two. Rockets went off the near side post. That'll go out of bounds. Chase goes to the Bobcats. His hometown could still be Thornton, though. He could live in Thornton and go to Broomfield High.
Yeah, that's true. They are neighbors, relatively.
Ball works up to the top. Got a stoppage of play here. I think we're trying to do something with the clock, and they also want the Lewis Richmond to back up for the restart. Richmond does so. The whistle blows. We're back underway here in Orem, Utah. I'm Dan Matthews alongside David Leach. RMLC Championship Tournament here on Lacrosse Talk Radio, as well as Lacrosse All-Stars. Richmond with the ball at the top. He's going to dodge from the top, feeds the ball on the skip pass. I think that was actually a shot, and it was not a great shot to take. Richmond was already down the goal line extended. That ball had no opportunity to go in the cage. Lancaster with the backup on the far side. He's picked up defensively by Sylvia. Lancaster carries to the top, feeds the middle of the field. That's another pipe hit by the Bobcats. So one on the pipe, one on the crossbar. Bobcats will retain possession. Nice body work there by Bartu. Coming up next, we'll have CU Denver, the Lynx, making their first RMLC Championship Tournament appearance. They'll be taking on the Colorado School of Mines. There's a bounce shot from the far side and a goal for Rizzolo for the Bobcats.
David Rizzolo. The Montana State Bobcats.
Nice look for Rizzolo on the far side wing. We'll take a look at it here.
Just gets that on the run. Nice rip. That's his textbook. You practice that since day one, since you start playing lacrosse. That shot right there, run and rip. And it works.
100 points.
So let's see if that'll help turn things around here at the face-off X. Montana State's come back. That's 3-3. Shots are almost even. They woke up a little bit in the second quarter.
12:45 left to play, quarter number 2.
For the Bobcats.
Great job by Brian Barnhill, head coach at Utah Valley, and his staff for putting this tournament together out here at UV. Playing on the Wolverine soccer field.
Beautiful field.
It's a beautiful field, a grass field, and that was one of the concerns Coach Kelly had. It's the first time his team's played on grass this season.
Is that right?
They've been practicing indoors because of weather and on turf, and
yeah,
ball hops a little bit differently. Things look a little bit different on grass. A little bit slower to the sidelines and the end lines.
It's so nice of Utah Valley to remove all the excess lines on this field as well. It's just a lacrosse lined field right now. That's always a nice sight.
Very, very faint striping for the soccer field, but great work here at Utah Valley. So glad we could be here. Montana State with the ball. Feed out front. Alexander Brown puts it home. What a great look. Richmond to Brown.
Right on the
Bobcats.
Right on the doorstep. Goalie tried to snag that ball from the pass at X. Miller. And couldn't get it. Montana State guy just got it right on the doorstep, had all day. That's a really difficult shot to stop for that goalie. And I think that's Montana State's first lead of the day.
I believe you are correct. 4-3. 12:03 left to play here in the first. Simulcast broadcast on Lacrosse All-Stars and Lacrosse Talk Radio. Ball's being placed. As you can see if you're watching, I'll tell you if you're listening, Montana State pushes the face-off to the near sideline. It's going to be scooped up by Schwal, and Schwal will carry it back into the offensive side of the field for the Bobcats. He'll feed Mitchell on the near side. Mitchell dodges across the top of the box. Beats everybody across the top, settles the ball in. Madigan making his first appearance of the game on the near side for the Bobcats. We were commenting before the size of the Montana State kids. I mean, these are not small kids. Stands for a couple. Madigan, who we just talked about at 6'4", 185 out of Boise, Idaho, makes the feed to Lancaster. Lancaster kicks it back up top to Madigan. Madigan dodges downhill all the way to goal line extended, makes the feed into the middle of the field. There's a shot and a goal. That one's going to be called off on a moving screen, or an interference call on Alexander Brown. What a great look.
That was. Great fade pass from Madigan. Too bad that didn't work out for him. Great handle by his teammate. Got that pass a little too low.
Bobcats playing with some urgency now. There's a ball at the middle of the field, an easy save by Miller. Would have been more advised had Quinn worked that ball down low into the near sideline. There we go, right out front. There's a shot. That one finds the back of the net, rattling through Miller's cross on its way home. Richmond gets credit for the goal.
Richmond with a nice little fake on the doorstep. Faked high, went low. That's always tough when you're one-on-one with the goalie, just a foot or two in front of the crease.
And Miller, if we see the replay, he got a piece of this one, and I think it actually spins the head of his cross out in front. You see the head spin just a little bit, and he just couldn't get possession of the ball.
Yeah, Montana State definitely has size and athleticism working for them on this roster.
Bobcats have opened up a 2-goal lead with 10:45 left to play in the first half. Face-off win for the Bobcats, coming straight downhill and firing one home is Whalen.
Another big guy. 6'1", 193. That's a solid player.
And we've got a timeout on the field for the Roadrunners. They now trail by 3 to Montana State at 6-3. We'll be back right after this.
You only need to answer one question.
Will you accept the challenge to become?
No matter where you are in life, no matter your interests.
From award-winning business
and STEM to performing arts programs, there's a place for you. A place for you.
A place for you at UVU.
A place to engage, to rise,
to succeed,
to become.
Founded in 2009, Lacrosse Talk Radio has the most live and up-to-date coverage of the fastest sport on 2 feet. Whether you're listening to one of our over 200 live youth, high school, collegiate, or professional game broadcasts, or our regional specialty shows, Lacrosse Talk Radio gives you access and insight to your favorite teams and players. Visit us at lacrossetalkradio.com for our broadcast schedules in the Rocky Mountain, Tri-State, and Mid-Atlantic regions. Lacrosse Talk Radio, the official voice of the MCLA.
And I'm not searching. Welcome back to Clyde Field on the campus of Utah Valley University. Montana State has rattled off 4 in a row to start the second quarter, and we are at 6-3 Bobcats right now, and it's been a great start to the quarter for the Bobcats.
And you know, that turnaround for Montana State really started at the face-off X. They've just taken it to a whole other level this second quarter. I don't have the stats with me here, but looks like Metro State hasn't won any face-offs in the second quarter. It's been all Montana State dominance there.
So we'll head back to the face-off X. A good timeout call by head coach Daniel Hunter.
Again, Metro State's really played some disciplined lacrosse today. They're usually ones that don't shy away from the penalty box. Today they've really kept out of it. I think the only one they had was an offside call. And those you can't be too upset about. That's just a teammate just trying to get in there and help out. And he's really relying on his other teammates to be aware. Didn't happen that time, but here they are with their chance to score on the extra man.
Metro restarts. Ball works to the middle of the field. Low to high shot. Sails wide off the cross of Darnell. 4:22 left to play in the first half. It's been all Montana State here in the second quarter.
These 5 guys are so physically large. They almost look like 6.
Darnell takes the shot. Save is made by Brambrink. Rebound comes up top. Carrying it across the midfield stripe for Montana State is Buckingham. He makes the feed to the far side for Quinn. Quinn goes inside to Buckingham, who shoots and scores.
No goal.
No goal. Coach Kelly outthought himself. Takes a goal off the board for the Bobcats. They lead 9-3, just under 4 minutes to play. First half here in Orem, Utah.
My name is Pat Young. I started my college career at University of Maryland, Baltimore County, and finished up at University of Maryland College Park. I currently play for the Ohio Machine. This is the Under Armour Banshee. It's the mid-level lacrosse cleat. What I like about it is it's got a low cleat feel, but with the protection of a mid to high cleat. I'm usually a guy who likes to protect my ankles, but I don't like to lose the mobility and feel like I'm wearing a heavy cleat. UA Banshee, untouchable, unstoppable.
Take it.
Welcome back to Clyde Field in Orem, Utah, everybody. I'm Dan Matthews alongside RMLC Vice President David Leach. And Dave, it's been all Montana State in this quarter. Metro State has some work to do to climb back into it. What are you telling that bench as you come out of this timeout?
This could be it, guys. Run hard, play smart, don't get angry, don't play angry, play competitive. You know, at this point, things are starting to kind of slide downhill on them. Metro could start to get a little chippy, and you just don't want to see that. You want to see these guys just fight.
3:53 left to play here in the first half.
But the Roadrunners have to get back to what was working for them at the start. And that was face-off wins, nice spread out offense, cuts, keeping the crease open. But right now they just haven't had the possession to do any of these things. And that starts at the face-off. So I'd start there.
Ball comes up top for Rizzolo. He dodges to the near side wing, picked up defensively by Webb. Rizzolo throws the ball away. Nobody there to get it for Metro, so it'll be Whalen chasing it down on the far side. Whalen's going to feed near side for Bartu. He's marked up defensively by Coors. Bartu bounces one between the wickets of Miller, and it's 10-3.
That's a lefty shot on the run. If I'm not mistaken, that's the exact opposite of a goal he scored earlier.
It is. He came from the other side the last time. This one just goes 5-hole.
Just fundamentals. On the run shooting. Bartow can shoot left or right. Seemingly just as effective.
We mentioned the next game. Our Division I games will start at 4 and 7 p.m. local time, 6 and 9 Eastern time. First one will be Utah taking on Colorado State. Colorado State taking Utah to overtime before falling 12-11 earlier this season. And BYU and Colorado, no love lost there. BYU had a 4-goal win in Boulder just 2 weeks ago. That should be a war of attrition between the Cougars and the Buffaloes. Montana State with possession. Coming across the midfield stripe is Kruger. He steps into the box, gets the clear, flag down. Should have an offsides call coming up against Metro. Ball works near side for Brown. Brown is going to spin and feed the ball down low now for Richmond. Richmond picked up defensively by Lopez. Settles in the offense, approaching the 2.5-minute mark of the first half.
Roadrunners have 7 on defense right now because of the offside call, so they're going to go ahead and use it. And they're just covering that crease with that extra man.
Richmond feeds Bartu, who kicks it all the way to the top of the box. Rizzolo dodges far side alley, makes the feed to Lancaster across the back behind the box to Brown and back to Lancaster. Richmond scores. Great precision passing.
No
We're going to wipe off the goal.
For an interference call?
Interesting. 30-second technical, but an interference call on the goal. I didn't see that. Did you see it, Dave?
I didn't see it. There's just a lot of guys there in the crease area.
2 minutes and 10 seconds left to play. That goal did not count, so our score remains 10-3. Montana State now out shooting Metro State 19-13.
I believe Metro State has taken 2 shots this quarter.
Ball works to Rizzolo on the restart. He kicks it near side. Richmond back up top for Rizzolo. Rizzolo's going to feed across the top of the box for Whalen. Back down low for Brown. Circles back to the near side for Richmond. Brown coming around the crease, feeds Lancaster. Up top now, Whalen bombs one from about 15 yards and puts it home.
Righty rip down low. I think that was off sticks side low.
1:49 left to play first half. It's 11-3 Montana State.
Is that 8 unanswered goals?
I'm Greg Renlian, known as Greg Beast. I played for the New York Lizards. I just retired from the
Head back to the face-off X. Elliot Hunter from Gig Harbor, Washington. There to do his business. Believe that that's Daly at the X now. No. I knew as soon as I said that it would actually be Darnell. Face-off win for the Bobcats, but the ball's loose. Stick is broken.
Yeah, Darnell broke his stick and had to get off.
We have laundry on the field. Call coming up by the officiating crew. Check this one out. 30-second push on that face-off is going to give the ball to Metro.
Conduct, Montana State.
Conduct call on Montana State. So it'll be Richmond. Now, I can't see who's sitting in the box.
Yeah.
He's blocked by a tent right now. Minute 40 left, first half. It's 11-3 Bobcats. You are watching or listening to a simulcast of the RMLC tournament on Lacrosse Talk Radio and Lacrosse All-Stars. I'm Dan Matthews. He's David Leach. Metro State has possession of the ball. Ball's up at the top of the box. Goes through Daly to Lowe. Lowe makes the feed to the middle of the field. That one gets away. We'll have over and back. Scooping it up is Lancaster. He wanted a quick restart, but he scooped it out of bounds. He'll step back on. We'll get the restart. Here goes Lancaster. He'll carry into the box on the far side, picked up defensively by Sylvia. Lancaster circles the ball behind the cage, through X to the near side corner.
Looks like that penalty is over, so we are all even again.
Ball comes up top for Whalen. Inside 60 seconds to play, first half. 11-3 Montana State in this first of two Division II semifinals in the RMLC tournament. Bartu has it, feeds Whalen.
Oh,
Whalen
boy.
has time and room, shoots it wide. Ball scooped up on the inside. Rizzolo scores. They're waving it off, calling him in the crease. I really want the dive back in lacrosse so badly.
Yeah, a lot of people do.
I mean, that was just great individual effort by Rizzolo. And to be penalized because you land in the crease after the ball's in the net. Offsides call on Metro State. Give the ball back to the Bobcats with 15 seconds left. Bartu feeds Richmond. They're going to go fast. Feed to the inside, all alone on the doorstep. Lancaster bounces it home. Easy transition goal for the Bobcats.
You can tell Montana State practices, time and room on the crease against the goalie. There's a lot of good fakes going on and a lot of smart shots, bounce shots, right at the goalie's feet. Fake high, go low, or vice versa. But for the most part, we've seen fake high, low shots today. 7
seconds left to play in the first half. 10 unanswered for Montana State. And they have stormed out to a 12-3 lead over Metro. I think Coach Kelly would tell you that this is the most complete performance by his team to date.
Probably just the second quarter alone.
That shot got off, but it went wide. We're at halftime. Our score at half, 12-3. Bobcats over the Roadrunners in the first of two RMLC Division II semifinals here on Lacrosse Talk Radio and Lacrosse All-Stars.
My name is Pat Young. I started my college career at University of Maryland, Baltimore County and finished up at University of Maryland College Park. I currently play for the Ohio Machine. The shaft is the Meso, and obviously when you look at it, it's got a really sleek look to it. Black on black is pretty smooth. Feel it, it's not too rigid, got a little bit of a grit to it. It's very durable, but it's pretty light. It's got a little bit of a flex to it, so it puts a little bit more on your shot. UA Meso Composite, balanced, battle tested.
I'm Ryan Powell.
I'm Brett Hughes.
I'm Zach Greer.
I'm Brian Silcott. We're the Stripes.
I'm Megan White.
I'm Anthony Kelly.
Griffin Halliday. Logan Halliday. And we grow the game.
And I grow the game.
I grow the game.
And we grow the game.
And I grow the game.
I grow the game.
And I grow the game.
And I grow the game, baby.
And I grow the game.
And I grow the game.
Tribal West is the first name in lacrosse out west. For more than 15 years, Tribal West has been gearing up beginners to ballers. Our online store is super easy, and we save you time and money. And team stores, let us do your work. Our deals for both men's and women's MCLA teams are flat out lax-tastic. We just made that up. Sublimated unis, made in the USA and delivered on time. Tribal West, proud to be family owned and player operated. Tribal West, look good, play better.
You only need to answer one question.
Will you accept the challenge to become?
No matter where you are in life, no matter your interests,
From award-winning business
and STEM to performing arts programs, there's a place for you. A place for you.
a place for you at UVU,
A place to engage, to rise,
to succeed.
to become.
I'm Eric Law. I went to the University of Denver and I played professional lacrosse for the Denver Outlaws. This is the UA Command 2.0. I really like the new design of the thinner scoop at the top to help with ground balls, and the same thing in the back with the flare to help with ground balls as well. The pocket, it forms just a nice, easy pocket right in the middle. I also love how light it is. We've been in the sun all day. It still doesn't get that soupy, bendy feeling. Also, what I really like the new addition of is the side rail pockets for the shooters, which doesn't go right in there, which I think is a brilliant design.
My name is Pat Young. I started my college career at University of Maryland, Baltimore County and finished up at University of Maryland, College Park. I currently play for the Ohio Machine. This is the Under Armour Banshee. It's the mid-level lacrosse cleat. What I like about it is it's got a low cleat feel, but with the protection of a mid to high cleat. I'm usually a guy who likes to protect my ankles, but I don't like to lose the mobility and feel like I'm wearing a heavy cleat. UA Banshee, untouchable, unstoppable.
I'm Greg Renlian, known as Greg Beast. I played for the New York Lizards. I just retired from the MLL, and I face off for Team USA. An elite level face-off man looks for a couple different things. The first thing is the pinch points of the head, the flex points, how it wraps around the ball. The second thing you look for is the scoop. Is it rigid enough and can it help you get an extra couple ground balls? The third thing is you want durability. You don't want to have to go buy a new head every few games, so this head basically encompasses all three of those. The Face-Off Academy put Command X's heads and their prototypes through the grinder. They lasted throughout the entire grind. They flexed exactly how we wanted them to. So not only were they pliable, not only were they durable, but they were also used in a lot of different facets. So it came out with a pretty good rating. The UA Command X. Dive under, take over.
You only need to answer one question.
Will you accept the challenge to become?
No matter where you are in life, no matter your interests,
From award-winning business
and STEM to performing arts programs, there's a place for you. A place for you.
a place for you at UVU,
A place to engage, to rise,
to succeed.
to become.
Tribal West is the first name in lacrosse out west. For more than 15 years, Tribal West has been gearing up beginners to ballers. Our online store is super easy, and we save you time and money. And team stores, let us do your work. Our deals for both men's and women's MCLA teams are flat out lax-tastic. We just made that up. Sublimated unis, made in the USA and delivered on time. Tribal West, proud to be family owned and player operated. Tribal West, look good, play better.
It's halftime in Orem, Utah. 12-3, Montana State with the lead here at Clyde Field on the campus of Utah Valley University. I'm Dan Matthews alongside David Leach. And Dave, it was a great game until the second period started, and then Montana State just was the better team. I mean, flat out.
Yeah, they Metro Roadrunners woke up the sleeping giant. Everybody knows Montana State is the team to beat in the RMLC. They went to the national championship last year. They're looking to go again. I believe they were bounced in the first round last year, so they want a second chance at that. So, you know, it's important that they come out and play with a lot of momentum and carry that over all weekend and then into 2 weeks from now.
Yeah, and a nice easy trip back to Salt Lake for them for a national tournament should they make it.
That's right.
I believe it's about a 6 or 7 hour drive is all up from Bozeman, so not a bad trip into Salt Lake City.
Right, that's one of the closer ones for them. Did they drive their bus? I know they have a team bus.
I believe they did bring their bus out.
Montana State school bus, which is a very cool concept. They rent that bus out throughout the year, like as a party bus or just a nationwide cruiser, and make a little money off of it. Then they have their own team bus. They have, I believe, a couple players that have CDLs. They really tried to plan that out.
CDL, for those who don't know, is a commercial driver's license that allows anybody to drive a big old bus or a semi or whatever, different classes of license. Both teams have taken the field here for the start of the second half. 12-3 again is our score. Those of you watching on Lacrosse All-Stars can see that on our score bug, and those of you listening on Lacrosse Talk Radio, we will keep apprised of the score and the time and everything that's going on here in Orem. 4 games, first of 4 games here today. Going to have a push on the faceoff, actually a hold on the faceoff. It's going to be Metro State ball.
Hey, a Metro State faceoff win. They'll take it. They need it. Right now, Metro's telling their team, all we need is to have another quarter like we did the first, and we're right back into this. And there they are.
There's a goal. Give that one to Lowe. Sam Lowe scored that one for Metro State. A quick strike for the Roadrunners.
And he's just took a page out of Montana State's book. Shot that low on the run, righty. He's been practicing that since youth ball. Going back to the bus conversation, you know, Montana State's had that bus for such a long time. They might be past the whole players getting commercial driver's licenses now, and I think they have their own driver that they hire, and they take good care of him. He drives them everywhere.
I would almost take that gig. Almost. So I understand it. Their drive down to Colorado a couple of weeks ago was not a whole lot of fun.
Weather?
Driving through Wyoming, yeah. Weather, wind, snow, a little bit of everything.
Yeah, they deal with that on a reg.
Ball loose on the face-off. Scooped up there by Elliott Hunter. Give him credit for another face-off win here today. He'll get the touch, feeds the ball down low. For Brown. Brown is going to kick to Richmond behind the cage. Now over to Lancaster on the wing. Lancaster looks to Richmond. Richmond marked up by Lopez. Feeds the ball far side for Brown.
Montana State now has their personnel in, and now they're going to initiate their offense.
Richmond feeds Brown far side. He'll kick it up the far side striping to Rizzola. Rizzola, little bounce in his step, down to goal line extended, spins, feeds it back up top. Whalen with it now for the Bobcats. He'll dodge far side alley, fire a hard left-handed shot past the cage. It'll be Richmond on the backup. He'll scoop up a loose ball behind the end line, and we're back underway. Richmond's going to carry to X. He'll dodge above goal line extended. Rolls back, feeds Brown. Brown shot low to high. Save is made by the goaltender Miller.
That was a great save.
Miller works it up the middle of the field. That's Sinis. Sinis gets popped by Richmond. Ball comes loose. 50-50 ground ball. Scooped up. Lancaster goes straight to the cage. The save is made again by Miller. Feed's going to come out near side for Collison this time. Collison on the near sideline. Gets pushed out of bounds. Get the ball back to the Bobcats. The sideline is not your friend when you are playing 60 minutes of lacrosse without much in the way of substitution. Right now, sitting down on the sideline, Tristan Darnell. I don't know if he's gassed, injured, both, neither. But he
definitely can't
he is
afford
certainly
that.
Kicking back and relaxing on the side.
Coach Hunter
Feed out
checking
to
in with his guy.
Richmond shot, batted wide by Miller.
Shot by Lewis. Richmond. Save.
Nice facilities here at Utah Valley University. Looking off to my right up here on the scissor lift, and I see the baseball field and a softball field, the soccer field here. I'm impressed.
Yeah, they've made quite a few investments, and from what I hear, it's not going to stop.
I'm assuming that the UCCU in front of us is where they play their basketball games. So Brown working along the crease, scoops one into the back of the net. What a great look for Brown, using his body to get up front.
Number 41, Alexander Brown.
.11:41 left to play. We will head back to the face-off X. Hat trick in the first half for Bartu. Also goals scored by Richmond. Rizzolo. 2 for Lancaster. 1 for Brown. 1 for Mitchell.
Another face-off win by Montana State.
Brown has possession after getting the touch for the Bobcats. He'll feed to Richmond behind the cage. 13-4 is our score. Ball comes near side for Whalen. He's just going to hang on to it, let the substitution pattern complete for the Bobcats.
Score may be 13-4, but Bobcats know that they have to respect the Roadrunners. They cannot let off the gas. If you give the ball to the Roadrunners, they will make you pay for it.
Feed to the inside. Lancaster shoots.
Save by Miller.
Nice save by Miller. Comes back out. Whalen spins and shoots. Another save for Miller.
2 saves by number 15, Jake Miller.
Great job by Miller. He is so good out of Columbine High School.
He's keeping his team in here.
I work a lot with his former coach, Matt Plitnick. Does a lot of color for us here on Lacrosse Talk Radio, especially of high school lacrosse. Bartu has the ball up top for the Bobcats. He'll dodge near side alley, fires one on the near side hip of Miller. And there's nothing Miller could do about that one.
Yeah, he wants that one back, though. That one was really close. He could have stepped a little bit to the side and had that with his hip. He knows it. He's had a lot more challenging saves than that one today.
Great placement on that one.
That was a good shot.
10:32 to play. It's now 14-4. We've got a double-digit lead now for the Bobcats.
It's never over, though, in lacrosse. I've seen games 10 goals down, and the team comes back.
Hunter wins this face-off. Nice job by Elliot Hunter.
Popped that up to himself and then snagged that out of the air.
He'll feed Richmond. Again, wholesale substitutions for the Bobcats. If you don't have the ball, you can't score. And Montana State, since the first period, has absolutely dominated that face-off X. We have a stat sheet. I don't know if we've got total face-offs or not on it. We'll take a look.
Bobcats patient, waiting, but they are not letting go. Here's the shot and goal. 88. That is
Mitchell. Come on, you don't have it memorized yet?
Peter Mitchell.
15-4. I think it's safe to say that this one's in control. You have to respect Metro, but playing with 12 men, down 11 goals, you're already gassed. It's warm outside. Things are not stacking up in favor of the Roadrunners.
Yeah, they are a good team. They're just 5, 6, 7 guys short.
Yeah, and this was a roster that was 30 men last year. So there's got to be a strong recruiting class that comes into Metro and builds the program back up. And I would really, Metro's one of a handful of schools I would really like to see to make a push to go Division II lacrosse.
Absolutely.
They could build an incredible program at Metro.
Another face-off win by Montana State. And here's
Bobcats are going to carry the ball down the near side. Hunter's going to give it to Lancaster. Lancaster is marked up defensively by Sylvia, so he'll kick it up top for Madigan. Madigan feeds the middle of the field for Jackson. So the second line of midfielders getting a fair amount of playing time now for Montana State. Madigan, he'll dodge downhill on the far side alley to the wing, kicks it behind the cage. Through Brown and over to Richmond. Richmond gives it to Lancaster. Lancaster had time and room, opted to not take the shot. Instead works it through Jackson to the far side for Madigan. Madigan again downhill, fires one this time over the crossbar. Richmond there for the backup.
Wide, 42, Aaron Madigan.
Bobcats with an 11-goal lead here in Game 1 of the RMLC Division II semifinals. Richmond with the feed, Mitchell with the shot wide of the cage. Give the backup to Lancaster. Ball works to the top. Richmond has it, feeds Lancaster. Lancaster goes overhand with that one, back up.
Didn't quite have a hold of the ball on that one, so kind of a wild shot.
Kind of took off on him. Ball worked back to Richmond. He feeds the inside on the crease. Unable to snatch that pass was Brown. It's grabbed by Miller instead. Work the clear on the near side.
Oh boy.
Yeah, a lot of trouble.
Four
nice
Bobcats.
Stick work there by Daly.
He makes it out of that.
For Metro.
Four Bobcats
low,
came
and low
down
can't
on him.
hang on to it.
But then one bad pass or bad catch. I don't know who you blame that one on.
Again,
it's a shame.
Daly out of Denver South. That was a great job by Daly getting out of trouble. Oh, ball far side for the Bobcats. Buckingham in. Comes across midfield and into the box, Schwal. A lot of goals for Montana State, but it's been pretty slow and deliberate for the Bobcats on each possession. Shot there.
Saved by Miller.
Miller's had a nice game. Ball works up the far side. With the carry is Sinis. He feeds Lowe. Lowe beats his man. He's dodging downhill. He wants the shot. He takes the shot. The save is going to be made by Brambrink.
Metro's really got to slow that down. They really need a possession. Get their breath.
Get their legs under them a little bit.
Take a rest on offense.
Richmond with possession, or not Richmond, Brown with possession, far side. He's going to kick it up top for Richmond. Richmond down to goal line extended, looking for
bad pass.
Jackson on the crease.
Low pass, turnover.
With that one. Miller with the outlet to the near side. That's Collison. Back to Miller. Miller's going to feed far side Lopez. He'll carry it across the midfield stripe. Feed down low to Low.
Oh, what a save.
Made Brambrink. Again, taking the shot too early. Now you're going to hustle back and play defense.
Ball down.
Nice job batting the pass down. Out front. Scooping it up on the end. It's going to be Guzman. Possession goes to the Roadrunners. Guzman makes the feed up top for Darnell. So Darnell no longer lounging in the sun. We've got an over and back on the Roadrunners.
Couldn't handle it. Couldn't handle the pass.
Possession up top, Brown.
Turned it over to the Bobcats.
Brown's going to drop for Lancaster, who will carry it into the box. 5:43 left to play, first half. Third quarter. It's 15-4. Bobcats with the lead on the ball. Rizzola up top.
Oh.
Jukes one man. Fires a shot high to high over the crossbar. Rizzola could have taken two more steps down. Nobody there to pick him up after he beat his first man up top. Lancaster will restart for Montana State. Whalen, far side wing now for the Bobcats. Marked up defensively by Sinis. Whalen sweeps across the top of the box, fires one high to high, save made by Miller. Miller's probably got 5 saves here in the period. All worked. Route, Lopez, Collison. I'm sorry, not Collison, Guzman. Ball loose on the turf on the far side. Timeout called on the near sideline.
And a flag is
down. Now really, the timeout came before the flag, but now coach has a choice whether he wants the timeout or the flag. A 30-second hold.
He's going with the flag. That's a smart move.
Doesn't need the timeout anymore. Got a little bit of rest for his kids. The ball is loose, and a nice job by the official, Dave Baumquist, checking with the bench, making sure of what coach wanted given the situation. Coach Kelly getting an explanation from from referee Malmquist.
Malmquist is our head referee assigner this year. He took over that job. Dave Malmquist has been in the lacrosse world for a long time.
Guzman loses the ball on the pass. Montana State ball. Scoop back to the goaltender, Brambrink. He can't come up with it. He'll scoop up the loose ball. Give it back on the near side. Long pass by Quinn into the middle of the field for Schwal. Schwal carries across midfield. Webb with a little bit of a hit on Schwal across midfield. Couldn't knock Schwal off his feet. That was 6'5", 190 Schwal against 5'10", 155 Webb. Webb's not going to win that battle very often. Ball's going to work over to Richmond on the far side wing as the Bobcats set up possession.
Shots are 32-15 in favor of the Bobcats today. Scores 15-4.
Again, coming up here at 1 o'clock local time. 3 o'clock on the East Coast. There's a shot, and that one's going to rocket off the crossbar all the way out to midfield. Guzman will scoop it up for the Roadrunners. Again at 1 o'clock Mountain Time, 3 o'clock Eastern Time. It'll be CU Denver, the Lynx, taking on the Ore Diggers from Colorado Mines. You can see that on the Lacrosse All-Stars and hear it on Lacrosse Talk Radio.
Now Metro State is being more patient. Setting up, getting their personnel in, taking a rest.
And I got news this morning out of the MCLA offices that Lacrosse Talk Radio will be the first to have possession of the 2018 MCLA Championship Tournament bracket. So we're going to do an extended College Lax Weekly show on Lacrosse Talk Radio this Sunday. It'll run from 6 p.m. Mountain to 9 p.m. Mountain. That's 8 to 11 Eastern Time. We'll do the bracket reveal. We'll also be talking to Division I, Division II, and Division III coaches across the NCAA. A turnover for Metro State. Ball goes to Montana State. Up top, Whalen's going to start. He's going to dodge the middle of the field. Tries to bounce one in. Loses it, gets it, takes the shot. It goes wide. Brown there for the backup. So exciting news that we pretty much get to release the brackets for the most part on Lacrosse Talk Radio. I don't know that we'll get through them fast enough before they'll be posted on the website, but we'll have in-depth conversations about what those brackets look like and what it means. You're going to see some new teams that haven't been there ever or for a long time.
Yeah, and you've got 10 conferences in the MCLA. Each one has an automatic qualifier for the national championship for the 16 teams in each division. So those 10 teams will be decided by the winners of their conferences, and then those other 6 at-large bids are decided by a committee within the MCLA, built of coaches and conference directors who've seen a lot of games. And then they'll shake all that out and decide who's going to make the best tournament product.
Well, we already know that Virginia Tech is in. They won their SELC tournament.
St. Thomas is on.
St. Thomas is in at the Division II level. Ball works far side. Brown feeds Rizzolo, shot wide of the cage.
Great ball movement.
Nice chase there. Lancaster will retain possession for the Bobcats.
Wasn't a great shot there, but it was a great opportunity. And if they just keep that up, they'll get some more.
Arizona State, my alma mater, and soon to be the alma mater of my son, one of those teams on the proverbial bubble. I think that they probably need a win today against Chapman in order to get themselves in because of the performance out of the SELC this year.
That's a tall order. Chapman is a strong program. Have they played each other this season?
They have not played each other, so that'll be an interesting battle. Arizona State losing their coach midway through the season when Todd McRobbie resigned, and they've been taken over by former Colorado Mammoth star Ben Prepchuk, at least for the time being. Montana State turned the ball over. Colton Webb has it at the top of the box for Metro State. 33 seconds left to play, first half, or third quarter. Boy, am I stuck in the first half. We don't have time to play another half. Ball into the middle of the field. Nice job on the pass and the catch.
Uh-oh.
Route can't get it in. Flag is down. Route is down. We've got an injury on the field. I don't think Route's going to get up all too quickly. Let's step aside for 60 seconds here on Lacrosse All-Stars and Lacrosse Talk Radio.
I'm Eric Law. I went to the University of Denver and I played professional lacrosse for the Denver Outlaws. This is the UA Command 2.0. I really like the new design of the thinner scoop at the top to help with ground balls, and the same thing in the back with the flare to help with ground balls as well. The pocket, it forms just a nice, easy pocket right in the middle. I also love how light it is. We've been in the sun all day. It still doesn't get that soupy, bendy feeling. Also, what I really like the new addition of is the side rail pockets for the shooters, which doesn't go right in there, which I think is a brilliant design.
Valley University, Dan Matthews, Dave Leach, Montana State, Metro State. Roadrunners have the ball. They're going to hang on to it for the final 19 seconds of the period so that they get possession without a face-off to start quarter number 4. Montana State has scored 13 of the last 14 goals in this one. They'll carry that 11-goal lead into quarter number 4, which we'll come back for right after this on Lax All-Stars and Lacrosse Talk Radio.
My name is Pat Young. I started my college career at University of Maryland, Baltimore County and finished up at University of Maryland College Park. I currently play for the Ohio Machine. This is the Under Armour Banshee. It's the mid-level lacrosse cleat. What I like about it is it's got a low cleat feel, but with the protection of a mid to high cleat. I'm usually a guy who likes to protect my ankles, but I don't like to lose the mobility and feel like I'm wearing a heavy cleat. UA Banshee, untouchable, unstoppable.
I'm Greg Gurenlian, known as Greg Beast. I played for the New York Lizards. I just retired from the MLL, and I face off for Team USA. An elite level face-off man looks for a couple different things. First thing is the pinch points of the head, the flex points, how it wraps around the ball. The second thing you look for is the scoop. Is it rigid enough to kind of help you get an extra couple ground balls? The third thing is you want durability. You don't want to have to go buy a new head every few games, so this head basically encompasses all 3 of those. The Face-Off Academy put Command X's heads and their prototypes through the grinder. They lasted throughout the entire grind. They flexed exactly how we wanted them to. So not only were they pliable, not only were they durable, but they were also used in a lot of different facets. So it came out with a pretty good rating. The UA Command X. Dive under, take over.
Welcome back to the RMLC tournament presented by Prodigy Media, available on Lacrosse All-Stars and Lacrosse Talk Radio. I'm Dan Matthews, he's Dave Leach. We're just about set for the 4th quarter. The Montana State Bobcats out to a 15-4 lead as we head into the final frame. And Dave, a solid performance out here for the Bobcats this afternoon, or this morning, depending on where you are.
Absolutely, and it looks like they're not done. I mean, they were taking a lot of shots there in the 3rd quarter. Still just trying to bury them. Put this game out of reach. I'd say it's out of reach now, but stranger things have happened. Jack Coyne, our excellent external affairs director with the MCLA, sending me text messages correcting my some of my commentary. I've been in this for so many years. I just get all of this mixed up over the years. What team has gone to the national championship win? And so I guess Montana State didn't go to the tournament last year.
No, Metro actually won that tournament last year, I believe.
That's right. Metro won it. I wasn't sure if Montana State got the at-large bid, but they did not.
No, unfortunately, the RMLC at Division II anyway is probably only good for one bid in most years. There's a nice shot. Good feed out in front. Daly gets the goal on the feed from Colton Webb behind the cage.
Yeah, and this year on the D1 side.
Actually, that was low on the assist. We can see it right here. Feed out front. Nice. Flip of the wrist.
On the D1 side, we should get the 3 teams again to the national tournament, possibly 4, which has happened a couple times.
It's gonna take one heck of a performance by a down year Rams team.
Yeah, that's right.
The Rams have really struggled this year under head coach Ryan McDonald, and I don't blame the coaching. I think it's just been just not there. There's been so much transition at CSU since Alex Smith left 3 years ago that they haven't been able to find themselves, and there's been a lot of attrition in the program, and two new coaches in that time period, and that's a lot to adjust to.
That's right, but they're a young team, talented team with a lot of history, a lot of pride, and they could show up this weekend and be right back in it.
Yeah, they played Utah tough in the first one, taking the Utes to overtime. The Utes.
Yeah,
number 2 in the country right now, and in my humble opinion, I think the Utes are the best team in the country. No knock on Chapman; they're very, very good. I think the Utes are loaded with talent. They're loaded with coaching. They haven't yet proven to me that they're not the team to beat. Chapman's your defending, no, Grand Canyon's your defending national champion. Where does Grand Canyon fit into this mix? They've had a good season. They're solid. They're sitting just outside the top 5 right now. Newcomers, South Carolina, where did they come from? They have looked fantastic, almost a Sherlock into the tournament from the SELC. Liberty also, maybe even Georgia Tech. So the SELC, which may typically only send 2 teams to a tournament, looks like they have four worthy candidates this year. If there's going to be one on the outside looking in, my gut would say Georgia Tech could be on the outside looking in. I'm sorry, Ken Lovick.
That is surprising.
Oh, to be on those committees. Wouldn't that be fun? Richmond has the ball behind the cage for Montana State. The Bobcats taking the air out of it so far here in quarter number 4. Richmond dodges above GLE, fires one over the shoulder of the goaltender Miller, and it's now 16-4. Shots 35-16 in favor of the Bobcats.
Bobcats are really playing with a lot of restraint on that possession there. They had a couple of scoring opportunities. They pulled back and carried the ball out just to hold possession. But that opportunity there, he just had to go for it.
We'll head back to the face-off X. Darnell and Hunter.
Is Montana State missing a wing? Are they killing a penalty? I didn't think so.
Not positive. Ball, we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, they're killing a penalty. There's a shot save made by Brambrink. Penalty about to release.
Must have been a penalty I didn't see. We're talking about D1. And
here comes Buckingham. Shot goes wide. Whistle on the field. Offsides Montana State. Give the ball back to the Roadrunners. 16-5. Here's our score, 12-18 left to play in our first semifinal. Carry across the midfield stripe. That's Daly. Daly gets the touch. No, he does not get the touch for the Roadrunners. He thinks he did. They're counting it off. Webb's going to get the touch finally. Ball works near side. Darnell with it. Kicks it up top for Henry Coors. Ball works back down to goal line extended on the near side. Darnell being worked over defensively by Jade Manning.
Ball's top side.
He'll kick it all the way up to the top for Rout. Rout's going to feed far side for Webb. He's picked up by Buckingham. 11-11 left in quarter number 4. Webb cuts across the top of the box. Shoots one. They're going to call it a pass. I like that call too. It looked like it could have been a shot, but it really made no attempt to go on cage. He was really looking backside for Darnell or Guzman. Montana State with the long clearing pass. That one's going to roll into the far side corner and stops right on the sideline on that far side. Roadrunners will get possession. Coors with it. Double team comes. Lancaster circles around the top side. Ball comes free. Procedure call coming up on the Bobcats. Give the ball back to Metro. 10.5 to play, quarter number 4. Feed across to Lopez. He carries into the offensive side of the field and makes the pass near side for Darnell. Darnell doesn't come up with it. Ball stops. He'll scoop it up on the near sideline. Darnell feeds for Lowe. Lowe tries to body inside, gets inside. Save is made by Brambrink.
He just bowled his way through there. 2 defenders couldn't stop him.
The offense really runs through Lowe for the Roadrunners. Barring a miracle, the Roadrunner season will come to a close in about 15 minutes. It's been a topsy-turvy season. Interestingly enough, in the regular season, the Roadrunners lost to each of the other 3 RMLC tournament participating teams by 1 goal each. They lost 10-11 to Montana State, a 12-13 decision to Mines, and a 15-16 decision to CU Denver. So they were in each and every one of those regular season games. A couple of bounces go their way, and things could have been a lot different for this Roadrunner squad.
It could be as simple as 1 more player on that roster, and they could have had that.
Ball works to the near side wing. Richmond has it. He'll pull it out and set the offense. No hurry for the Bobcats. They lead this one 16-5. Final substitutions being made. Rizzolo comes on. He's going to feed the near side for Whalen.
Roadrunners just looking absolutely exhausted.
Our job's easy. We just have to stand up here in the sun.
I don't blame them for being exhausted. It's been a tough day for them.
Ball works to the near side. Bartu drops it behind goal line extended for Whalen. Whalen's going to carry the ball up the near side of the box. He'll feed far side for Richmond up top. Richmond fakes the pass, pulls the ball out on the wing. Now kicks it up top for Schwal across the top of the box for Whalen. Whalen eyeballed by Lopez. Lopez works through a screen. Whalen and Schwal will play the 2-man game up top, switch positions. Feed goes to Schwal. Schwal, face dodge, gets inside, bodies, and save is made by Miller for Metro. Can't fault Miller for this one. He's played a whale of a game. They've scored 16, but he's probably working on 11 or 12 saves too.
Montana State's doing a great job of keeping their players all moving.
Collison fires one home with the pole. 16-6. Metro State pulls to within 10. So no quit. in the Roadrunners.
Timeout for Metro.
Timeout on the field. 7:42 left to play in this one. These are the RMLC Championships presented by Prodigy Media and available on Lacrosse All-Stars and Lacrosse Talk Radio. Seven minutes and 42 seconds left in this one. Montana State with a 16-6 lead here at Clyde Field on the campus of Utah Valley University. Our first game here of the RMLC tournament. I'm Dan Matthews alongside Dave Leach, and we're excited to be here with you. We'll be here all day. I believe we've got more crew coming in for the second half of the day. We're going to be joined by Jordan Harris of Virtually Varsity. Jordan, one of those who is always up on the entire MCLA. Really knows what he's talking about and knows the game very well.
That's right. A longtime BYU assistant coach.
Taking a face off for the Road Runners, number 7, Colton.
They had some of their best years with him on the staff.
BYU's had a real nice season this year. We'll see if they can cap it off. They are the defending RMLC tournament champion.
And Jordan Harris is a Denver guy.
He is, Arapahoe High School for Jordan Harris.
I believe he was an All-American. I believe he was a high school All-American in college.
Grinded out face-off. We are going to have an interference call on Montana State. We saw Sam Lowe's stick get yanked out from his hands, and you can't do that on the face-off. So Sam Lowe will start the possession for Metro. He's going to give it up to Webb. Webb steps into the box on the near side high. Poking at him on the near side is Hunter. Webb carries past goal line extended. Hunter will trail him back there. Approaching 7 minutes to play. Feed into the middle of the field. That pass gets away from its intended target, Guzman. It'll be scooped up by Rout. Rout gives it to Lowe. Lowe's shot goes wide. Going to start the ball behind the cage. Webb with it. He's picked up defensively by Brine. Cuts to the top, fires one wide of the cage. Give that chase on the near side to Darnell. It'll be Darnell's turn to start in the near side corner of the box. He's picked up defensively by Dicker. Dicker, a Colorado product, went to Heritage High School. Ball to the top, Colton Webb. He'll carry down to goal line extended. Brine in tow. Brine will take his little tight, light wax at Webb. Webb will back it out along the end line. 6 minutes and 20 seconds left to play in this one. It's 16-6 Montana State. Webb runs himself into a triple team. Dicker will chase him back to the far side corner. Got a stoppage of play.
He's got to strap up his helmet. Ref's always concerned with safety. Let's take a moment to ask him to strap it up.
Restart. Feed goes to Lowe. Lowe with a nice dodge on the backside of the crease. Gets top side, fires a shot. That one went high. Darnell gave chase.
Lowe's got some quick feet for being a pretty stout guy. 5'10", 195 from Salon, Ohio.
Ball's worked behind the cage to X. Brandon Rout has it. Rout, the Prairie View product. Circles, gets above GLE, fires one wide of the cage. I think that was deflected by the goaltender, Brambrink. Montana State comes out with it. Feed down to GLE on the far side. Now up top, Lancaster. He can't control it. It's going to be scooped up by the Roadrunners.
Jared Sins with the deflection on that pass.
Coors can't maintain control. Has to scoop up the loose ball. Fires it across midfield. Nobody really wants to hang on to that ball right now. It's batted around. Lancaster with a nice snatch at the midfield stripe. Gets the touch. Lancaster will settle in the offense. Upper far side elbow of the box. Metro State has decided they'd like to play 7 men on defense again.
Flag for the offside on that one.
If I'm Montana State, right now I just take the air out of it. Don't even think about taking a shot. See if you can wind down some time. If nothing else, have a little bit of mercy on the Roadrunners. Ball at the top. Jackson with it. Feeds the inside. There's a goal for Lancaster. So much for mercy, right? That'll wipe off the offsides penalty. 17-6, Montana State with the lead. Montana State should hang on to a few of these goals. They may need them tomorrow when they square off against Mines or CU Denver.
I don't think Coach Kelly has anything against these guys just continuing to set up. As long as the goals are good-looking goals, they can go ahead and keep it up. It's muscle memory. It's momentum, and it's important for Montana State to keep the pedal down on this this tournament.
Back at the face-off X for another draw. Buckingham comes up with it for Montana State. Coach Kelly starting to empty his bench now. Whole new attack line in. This is Madigan with the ball. He's behind GLE. He's going to make the feed to the near side wing for McVeigh Touche.
Bobcats are still subbing.
David Rizzolo's little brother Nathan into the game now. He wears that number 3. They get to play a little bit on the field together. It's Nathan with the ball now. He cuts into a double team, gets knocked down, ball comes loose. Metro kicks it around. It'll be Whalen with the scoop for Montana State. Some great games coming up here on Lacrosse All-Stars and Lacrosse Talk Radio the rest of the day. Up next, it'll be CU Denver taking on the Colorado School of Mines, the Lynx and the Ore Diggers in the other Division II semifinal. Then at 6 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Mountain Time, Colorado State and Utah State will square off in the first Division I semifinal.
Just Utah, not Utah State.
I'm sorry, Utah. Boy, I like throwing in words. I like to hear myself talk, right? Madigan shoots wide of the cage against Utah. And then Colorado will square off against BYU. And anybody who knows that rivalry knows there's absolutely no love lost between the Buffaloes and the Cougars.
That's right.
They met for last year's RMLC championship. I believe they met 2 years ago as well. Ball worked to the far side wing. Rizzolo spins and feeds Madigan. Madigan bounces one home from the far side, and it's 18-6.
Stick side bounce. That's a tough shot to stop. Kind of hits the turf and gets a little backspin, side spin on it, and bounce right by him. .226 left in this one. Montana State will advance.
They will play tomorrow at 1 p.m. Mountain Time, 3 p.m. Eastern in the RMLC Division II Championship. They'll square off against the winner of our next one between Mines and CU Denver. Aha, the feed on the near side looking for McVeigh Touchette. Couldn't come up with it. It's going to be scooped up on the near side. Feed into the middle of the field. That shot goes wide. Hunter looking for a goal.
What's great about these shots, though, that Montana State is taking is that nobody's feet are planted. They're staying on the run. They're looking for feeds.
There's an easy look on the inside. Give Rubenstein the goal on the feet from Madigan on the far side wing.
And at this point, Coach Kelly would be fine if the Bobcats didn't score any more goals and played it a little bit smarter, holding the ball on the outside and just killing this clock.
Timeout. Metropolitan State University, Denver. They trail 19-6 with 2 minutes left to play here in the first RMLC Division II semifinal, presented by Prodigy Media, available on Lacrosse All-Stars and Lacrosse Talk Radio.
My name is Pat Young. I started my college career at University of Maryland, Baltimore County and finished up at University of Maryland College Park. I currently play for the Ohio Machine. The shaft is the Meso, and obviously when you look at it, it's got a really sleek look to it. Black on black is pretty smooth. Feel it, it's not too rigid, got a little bit of a grit to it. It's very durable, but it's pretty light. It's got a little bit of a flex to it, so it puts a little bit more on your shot. UA Meso Composite, balanced, battle tested.
Two minutes left in this one at Clyde Field at Utah Valley University. It's a beautiful facility here. I got mountains all around me. North, west, east, south. It's kind of cool. Beautiful weather. The games will only get better, folks. Don't go anywhere. Be with us all day long. The games will only get better throughout the day. 2:01 left to play in this one. Montana State will advance to the RMLC championship game tomorrow. Face-off win, scooped up by Holmes for the Bobcats. Ball comes up top for McVeigh Touchette. He's going to dodge far side alley. So Montana State's not going to take the gas off, mostly because these are their third and fourth line players.
Right.
Getting into the game right now. Ball comes back up to the top.
And like I was saying, I mean, they're playing well. They're playing fundamental lacrosse. And Coach Kelly wants to see that, from his entire roster. And they're giving it to him.
Woo! Big hit on the inside by Metro. Ball comes loose, pops up to the top. Quinn has it. That's Cade Quinn. Shot goes high from the cross of Ryan Dicker.
1:04 remains, and Montana State continues to shoot. And going back to what you said, it's they're clearing the bench. They're letting these guys play.
Again, Quinn with possession of the ball at the top of the box. Works around far side for Hunter. 45 seconds left to play in this one. Montana State with a 19-6 lead. Madigan switches to the left, makes the feed across the top for Dicker. Dicker loses possession of the ball. It squirts free. It's going to be scooped up by nobody until it hits the middle of the field, and still not. Ultimately, it works into the cross of Miller.
20 seconds remains.
Ball out of bounds on the far side. It's going to be Montana State ball. With 19 seconds left, they can hold it in that side of the field if they want to. They'll work it back near side.
Uh-oh.
And throw it away. Good job there by the one player not on my roster.
5 seconds.
I'll have to talk to Coach Kelly about that one.
Oh, what a save
Shot
right
on
at the end.
Inside by Dicker. Save is made. Shot goes wide. And time has expired. We've got a scuffle on the field to end this one, folks. Our final score from Clyde Field at Utah Valley University, Montana State, 19, Metro State 6. What do you see out of the Bobcats as they head into tomorrow, David, or that you really like?
They just continuously moving their feet. They don't get down on themselves at all. They had a tough first quarter. Wasn't sure how this game was going to go, but they just stayed true to their game. They're big guys. They're tough, and they are athletic. You can tell they are in great shape. They outran the Roadrunners today. Absolutely.
A solid performance for the Bobcats. We'll see them tomorrow at 1 p.m. Mountain Time, 3 p.m. Eastern Time on the RMLC Champion Tournament presented by Prodigy Media and available on Lacrosse All-Stars and Lacrosse Talk Radio. For Dave Leach, I'm Dan Matthews. We'll be back with you at 1 p.m. Mountain Time, 3 p.m. Eastern for Colorado Mines and CU Denver. Until then, so long, everybody.
I'm Ryan Powell.
I'm Brett Hughes.
I'm Zach Greer.
I'm Brian Silka. We're the Stripes.
I'm Megan White.
I'm Anthony Kelly.
Griffin Halliday. Logan Halliday. And we grow the game.
And I grow the game.
I grow the game.
And we grow the game.
And I grow the game.
I grow the game.
And I grow the game.
And I grow the game, baby.
And I grow the game.
And I grow the game.
Tribal West is the first name in lacrosse out west. For more than 15 years, Tribal West has been gearing up beginners to ballers. Our online store is super easy, and we save you time and money. And team stores, let us do your work. Our deals for both men's and women's MCLA teams are flat out lax-tastic. We just made that up. Sublimated unis, made in the USA, and delivered on time. Tribal West, proud to be family owned and player operated. Tribal West, look good, play better.
You only need to answer one question.
Will you accept the challenge to become?
No matter where you are in life, no matter your interests,
From award-winning business
and STEM to performing arts programs, there's a place for you. A place for you.